Hello, welcome to this video where I want to show you how to merge data in R. We will show you how to merge two datasets that might contain related information. For example, I might have a dataset with information on conflict in certain countries and another dataset with economic variables on those same countries. And I might want to merge them so that if they are in one dataset, I can look at the correlation between the economy and the presence of violence. In this example, we will look at a data set that it has some variables on democracy and development, and another data set that has information on development aid and corruption. So both of those have a set of variables. We can see them here, and it includes country code, which is a standardized code for countries, and year. And similarly, if we look at the democracy and development data, we have country code and year. So we want to make sure that we get a new data set that has both the development data and the aid data merged on country as well as year. So we might do something like this. We create a new data set that we call democracy, development and aid, and we use a merge command, and we merge both the development data and the aid data. And then we have to indicate on which variable we want to merge, and in this case that is two variables, year and country code. So we can run this code, we get a new data set with 140 observations. And you'll notice that that is less than what was in aid and less than what was in democracy and development. And the reason is that it will only have merged on those cases where we have information in both data sets. We probably don't want this, so we might want to add to keep all variables on the X case and all variables on Y. So in the merge command, X refers to the first data set, in this case democracy development. Y refers to the second data set, in this case aid. So now we get a much larger set. We might have a quick look at the first few cases in this new data set. So we can see that it has merged, that we have of course a lot of missing because this is data that was in one data set and not the other. And that some variables will have .x behind it, right? So this refers to the variable being from the first data set. For example, here we have polity2.x and here we have polity2.y. So both data sets had a variable called polity2 and they will have been saved as two different variable names. So it is probably easier if we change the command a little bit and just change the name so it doesn't say x and y, but that it says something that we can follow. For example, democracy and development and aid. So I run the command again, I look at the first few cases again, and now we will see that it has a variable polity2.aid, so that is clearly from the aid dataset, and polity2.dd, which is then from the democracy and development dataset. And now we can use this data. We can save it, of course, as a new dataset, and we can use it. The second thing I want to show you is how to create a dyadic dataset. A dyadic dataset contains pairs of objects, for example, pairs of countries. So each observation is a pair. So let's say we want to look at the aid data and we want to create a data set for every pair of country. So we can call it aid dyads, and this is really just merging the data set with itself by year. So every country in that year is merged on every other country in that year. So we have to make sure that it includes all of them, so we can do that this way. And then so we can create this data set, and we see that there's a new data set with about 36,000 observations. So if you look at the original size, 189, if you that multiply with itself, we get 35721. So we have, for every pair, every combination, we have an observation. However, this also treats the same country with itself as a pair, plus it has both pairs A and B and B and A. So we probably want to reduce this by using the subset command, and for example only take those cases where the CC code for the first case is smaller than the CC code for the second case. So now we have just 18,000 observations, and every pair only appears once, only AB and not B and A. So this video showed you how to merge two datasets and how to create a dyadic dataset for dyadic analysis. Thank you for watching.